immediately starting off without a countdown today. It's a little bit hectic for some reason. Just turn down my volume real quick. And let me just post this real quick into our Discord server. So what we could do, I had an idea at least, maybe, is that eventually, when people are watching, you guys can give me some clues on what you would like to see for this character that I'm going to make. Don't know how they're going to turn out. Not a clue. But maybe together we can find out. Let's see. What if this is the chest? Oh, wait a minute. Oops. Posted on my Instagram as well. Okay. It's a bit of a... Yeah, that's a bit better. Insta post. I have to send something to myself first. You can really see that I've been doing this for over a year now. Very much prepared. But yeah, like I said, it was a bit hectic, unfortunately. Not this folder, the other one. There. Without compression, thank you. Yep, sorry for that. Smashed the microphone. I hope you didn't hear that. Yeah, go there and there. Save this. And I need the link to our stream. Would be nice, right? Copy. Yes. Studio.youtube.com. That's not the correct one, is it? Isn't it? Just yelling to myself into the void. That is the one we need to have. There we go. Let me just oh dear. Yeah. It's been a day and a half, I must say. Unfortunately. make a new one. That link into here. Yes. Can I make that bigger? No. Done. Yes. Such a professional. Well, professional, I say. Didn't make any money. Alright. So, let's undo all of that. I found a couple of nice pieces to work on for today that I think could have worked in the time that I have, but I wasn't able to find the artist for it, unfortunately. Reverse image search didn't really help. It sent me somewhere to Twitter, but I don't really have a account for that. And a friend of mine told me that the art style didn't match the piece that I wanted to do. So there is a decent chance that it wouldn't be the artist anyway. So I have to put a pin on that one, which is a bit of a shame. So I'm just going to make whatever. Let's mirror weld that one for the shoulders, and let's go for this one. Just duplicate. Ooh. Already subdivided it. There we go. Don't need that. Yes. Okay. Oop. Some tiny hips. There we go. It's maybe a bit too tiny. There. A little bit better. That's a proud pose that he has. Let's just go with that. Let's just duplicate those. Turn symmetry on for that as well. Up there. There's legs. Yeah, I think it could work. Okay. And then we are going to just duplicate this and lengthen that. Smooth it out a bit so we can remove them. If I don't and they are merged together. Ah, look at that. It works now. Sometimes the geometry kind of snaps together in the middle. Luckily, it didn't. Yep. Just turn that on. There. Scale that. Again, make them a bit smaller. Thank you. Yes. Okay. And let's not really flip them, but that side, straighten that out. I don't want to have a bent shin. It's very uncomfortable. So I'm not gonna give it to this guy either. Mm-hmm. Okay. He said the he has very small lower legs, so just push them up a bit. But you still want to have the upper leg is ever so slightly larger than the lower leg. That's good. And now what? Now what? Let's do the arms. Right? These arms. Very handy to have some. Those are very broad. Just thin those out a bit. Some very wide legs as well. I really like it. Shrink it a bit. Let's delete that and mirror well to the other side. Okay, now I got my poly groups linked together. Well, not really linked, but mirrored together. Whatever we're gonna make him a little soldier. One of the pieces that I have over here in my reference board is a picture of a lady with a very big hat that just covers her entire head. And let's make a very big helmet that's just his head. Let's just start with a nice sphere. One that's just too big for our guy. That's our base. And I kind of want to have him a nice jaw. We have some creature box here as well, and let's see if we can give him a creature box like jaw for his visor, right? Let's pick a cylinder for that. Yeah, okay. Everything's good. Usually goes up as well over here, down. It's a bit of a chin. Yeah, right. Like that. Chin that's just way too large for this little guy. I think that would suit him. He looks very proud. At least the stance. It's a bit less now that his head is so large, but we could fix that later when we're posing them. Just do this real quick. Turn on the EQ curve, so now our movements are nice and sharp. That over there. And push that over here. It is a nice, sharp guy. Unfortunately, Mike wasn't able to make it today. He's still very sick. He's on the battering hand. That's not really good English, isn't it? He's getting better. And but today just wasn't the day he could join. Okay. Let's pick that move still again. Turn off anti-curve. Just gonna push everything together. But more jaw. Yes. Yes. Get over there. A bit of a silly amount of jaw I want to give him. But maybe we can also help that fact by shrinking his head a bit. Look at that. That already helps. Let's give him a bit of a pointy head. Nah. Or just a nice square. I think the square is a little bit better. The pointy looks faster. This one. But the jaw looks very, very strong and not really fast. So we'll just go with that. Here, switch an alpha because I prefer this one, and transparency on. Let's just sketch real quick some visor lines in here. Turn transparency off. Not really sure. What if we this wasn't the intention, but I kind of like it. What if we do them over here? Nah. If we do them over here? It's more like a fish now. So not really. Let's really fit it. This is slightly less like a fish, but. Bit more. What if we instead of having a very rounded nose, let's make this a bit more pointy. Nope, not feeling it. But what if we add a curve over here? It's a bit more sharp. And maybe one that's this a bit. But a little bit like that wouldn't be too bad. So let's just I remove those eyes, but we can add those in. Back in again. That's a little bit too much. Around 40 is nice. Sharpen that edge. Okay. Comes this subdivision. I lost my sharpness, but we know what we want to have. That's what it's make. So let's put that back in. This over there, and a sharper chin. I hope his shin isn't up here. I really hope it's for the guy. I really. I don't know about this yet. Let's just continue working and see what we can do. Something like a crest, or no, not with that. I'm going to give him something like a ponytail, but I think a crest would be better, like a mohawk or something like that. So let's get rid of that ring, and let's use another cylinder. Go back. This guy. This direction. Kind of looks like a bit of a toy right now. Really sure about those teeth that I made. Just go back. I don't dislike it, but I also didn't really like it. Probably because it was so sloppy as well. I mean, I put like 10 seconds in there, right? Not a lot more. So let's see what we can do. First, let me turn off the curve again. Let's make it a little bit more rounded. Also, just remember that I kind of forgot how helmets work. So that doesn't really help with this entire situation, does it? Let's skip this. Let's just delete this and continue working on the rest. Let's delete this entire head. Just away with you. Let's on the group. Just give him some feet. It's already vaguely foot shaped. Let's make it a bit less vaguey and more foot check. And then over there. And the ball of the foot over there. Yeah, that's alright. It's a little bit wibbly wobbly, it's not too flat. But let's see if we can fix that. Just use a slightly lighter shader for now. Because it's very dark underneath, can't really see what's happening. And you know what? Let's make him a bit bigger. Let's see, how does he look like with me? Not too fun. There. That's a bit better. When you look at something and your immediate reaction is to make a weird sound. It's a good indication that you don't really like what you made. No. Please no. Something else. Okay. Let's do something about that chest, that proud chest of his. Okay, and let's kind of push that into here as well. Hey, hello, how you doing? Today is a little bit chaotic, unfortunately. And I don't really have a plan on what to make for today. Everything else that I had was either too big or too small for a project. The other pieces that I had and to do for other nice concept, otherwise pieces that other people made, but I wasn't able to find the artist, which was unfortunate. So it's a little bit tricky giving people credit for their work, right? So I'm doing whatever this is at the moment. So, but you can help me. What time is it? It's 8:30 at the moment. 8:30 in the evening. But you can help me. I've got this guy, right? At least I'm starting to work on this guy. And I don't have a vision for him at the moment. What do you think that this guy might need? And I'll see if I can add that to it. And then together we can make a character in about 3 hours. So it's not too much. Let me just I kind of like that these pieces are there, the scribbles that it made, but I don't like how wonky it is. So I'm just going to add some Tauruses in there and work from that part. There, that's nice and round. And now we can push this in so we don't see it. There. Problem solved. 8 hours of difference. Oh man. Are you ahead of me or behind me? Off behind me or behind me, right? That's a lot of time. You can't really go much further, right? Until you get closer to me again. Just gonna do that. That's too much. Just gonna do this. You're living in the future. Oh man. All the way in the east from me. It's 4 a.m. Ooh, man. Apologies. So, you don't need to sleep, or do you have some late night things that you need to do? Or just awake? Or just scrolling the internet? I mean, you kind of said it like, yeah, I didn't want you here, but I appreciate that you're here, though. Very much do. I like that. Sure. You're going to sleep soon. Ah, that's very nice. Give your body some rest. Mm-hmm. Alright, just checking Discord. Well, there's some cool things in there today, especially from Crewcumber. It's a very nice piece in a couple of hours. I wish I could do that. But before you go, right? Can you help me with this character? What do you think this guy, what he would do, what his purpose in life will be? Or if there's just an element that I don't know what I'm making. That's a little bit the unfortunate part of it. I'm just started to make a character, and I was kind of hoping for people to show up and tell me what they wanted in this character. Like what kind of a head, what kind of hands, what kind of a thing that he does. And yes, just started to make this so far. I've got no idea where I will end. So please tell me what do you think this guy will need? A head, for sure. Yeah, he will. That was just a neck so far. This could be his head, though. No. Earthworm jimming it. And yeah, later I will post it to on our Discord channel. You might see it as well, and hopefully your recommendations will be visible in the character if I've done my job well enough. A guard or a butler? I kind of like the butler. Initially I was going for a little soldier. Hi, by the way, Cucumber. But I kind of like the butler. I'm going for a butler. He's going to be a butler. He's going to be a little bit more proud in that case. And his legs should be more together. If that's the case. Let's give him a smaller waist as well. Let's make sure that they are not touching too much already, because I don't really like working with that. There, that's close enough for now. And let's just use the move tool. Push those a bit. That, and then these kind of things, these pauldrons-ish things that I've made can be part of his suit, right? This kind of like that. I kind of like the butler. Thank you very much. Ooh, now there's a conflict. Could he be a guard or a butler? Hey, Mike. How you doing? Well, we're kind of in discussion. He does have some cakes on him, doesn't he? We're kind of in a conundrum. Is this a guard or is this a butler? Because I do not know what I'm making today, Mike. I do not know, and I kind of need everyone's help to help me through it. He is a ooh. That is a good one. It's a butler who's guarding something. Hey Emil, how you doing? He is a butler. Oh, thank you very much. It's a bodyguard. Ooh, yeah. Let's see. Let's make this shape a little bit nicer. I kind of want to have a nice single shape instead of going into here and over there. Let's make a. Let's just do a cheeky dynamesh. Okay, how about that? It's one single shape there. Okay, I kind of lost whatever I had going over here. Let's just yeah, do it like this. Back and forth, back and forth. And eventually we'll get something. We get to a place. It's quite an arch that he has, but he's just that proud. Is it the Bowie AH-64 Apache attack helicopter? Let me just check real quick. Let's do this and there and oops, rotate him. Are you ready? Yeah, I think he is. Yeah. Let's get that pinch that I had. I kind of liked it, so let's pinch it over here again. This nice sharp edge that I had. Let's go to a different shader real quick because the other one is a bit tricky to see. Okay, and this could be part of his jacket, right? So let's do this, there, going down. All right, and just blend everything together. Serious Donuts, hello, how you doing? You love an incredible style proportion. Oh, thank you very much. I kind of like them as well. And we decided that it's going to be, hey, Yogi, have a good night. Thank you for being here. And we've kind of decided that this is some kind of a butler, and maybe he's guarding something as well. Yeah, a bit too much over there. A bit too enthusiastic with that shape. Oh, it's a very, very proud one. Ah, right. Trying to get into character sculpting. It's always good to find inspiration and motivation. Well, welcome to the channel, my dude. It's kind of the place where it's kind of what we wanted to achieve as well. I say we. It's just me today, but there's also usually a different guy here, Mike. Unfortunately, he's a little bit poorly, so it's just me today. And normally we have on Thursdays we have our own little stream, well, a little project for a longer period, and at this moment that is a type swapped Pokemon. But there's only one session left. That should have been today. And it will be a little bit weird to do those last 3 hours without Mike. So I'm not. I'm just doing whatever this is today. Making this weird little butler guy. I think these legs, they feel a little bit too chunky. I think they can be thinner. Yeah. I kind of like this shape. It's all wobbly, but I kind of like it. But the front, if I look at the front, it's something off. Let's see if we can either make him wider, so this shape that we have over here from his hips kind of immediately goes into his legs, or we can see if we can shrink it so it's yes, there's a very large chest and some very thin legs, which I kind of like now that I think of it. So let's just do that. Just remove one leg because it's a little bit easier to work with, and just can we just deflate it with the inflator? How well will this work? And let's mirror weld that together. Let's see if we can move that around. Oh, symmetry turned on. There. Let's use the back fingers. They're making thicker again. Nope. Bit over there. And a bit over there. They should be very close together, these legs, right? And let's see if we can push his hips together as well. It's a bit better. This part is just too big. You know, it's just tipping over. Yeah, we're getting somewhere. Not really sure where, but we're getting somewhere. Go. Yeah, some legs. Some nice S curve in there. And from here to here should actually be a straight line. I think I exaggerated it a little bit too much. So let's so if you look at the side, right? There we got our bones kind of sticking over here, and we got a lot of muscle over here and a lot of muscle over there, just so we can move the leg how we want to. And the back of this one is slightly less, and the front of this one is nearly non-existent. Okay, let's consider that's enough for now. He also has a very wide hands. There's some very... Do I like this? Maybe I do. Maybe not as muscular, but maybe some wider arms will be all right. Maybe, yeah. Why not? Just I don't like that I have given him these things. I don't like it. You can do that with the the shoulders over here. No, come on. Okay. He also needs to have a head, of course, right? Also very important. Oh, AccuCurve, that's the one I needed. Instead of a pill shape, I don't really want that. So let's push those in. Have your lower arm muscles over here, and they kind of go in here as well. Make sure this is pretty much straight. Straight. All right. Let's give him some hands as well. Let's do that with some cubes real quick. I don't think I will be able to give him some proper hands today. But as long as he has something that looks like a hand. Let's give him just a single finger, and the rest will be attached to each other. Yes, maybe it's a bit too much. There. Yeah, let's give him 2 joints for now. It'll be fine. There, yeah. That's the combination I want. I just duplicate this. I just make this bigger. All right. Let's do the thumb a little bit later. Bend to that. What if we just inflate this for a little bit more substance? Very low hanging hand. Let's fix that by shrinking the arm a bit later. In a minute. But first he needs to have a thumb. A very important asset to any butler. Somewhere around there, right? And let's should be somewhere over here. So let's. How should he stand? Let's put it first over here, like that. Then the rest of his arm should shrink considerably. There. Almost tripped over my own tongue. Okay, and let's duplicate that one to the other side. All right, I'm not really a fan of how his shoulders are shaped. So let me just very quickly merge that down. That one. And what if can I do that? And kind of goes to the back over here. So we have just one big shape. That's the top of his chest. It's filled is in a bit. It's a bit concave, which I don't want. It's a bit rough right now, but it'll be fine later. Use some of the trim dynamic to flatten all of that again. Making a bit of a mess of this, don't I? Oh well. Just want to have that his chest and shoulders eventually, when I'm done futzing around, just become one single shape. One nice cohesive shape, instead of all the bends and bends inward and outward and the cuts in the middle. Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, especially now you're here. Even better now. Today is a little bit of a hectic stream, but so far people have been helping me out, and so can you if you want. There isn't really a nice prompt for today's sculpt, so I am kind of relying on everyone else. So we already figured out that this is going to be a butler or a guarding butler of some sort, which is pretty nice. I like the idea. And yeah, that's basically it so far. Is there anything that you would like to see on this guarding butler? And I will see that I will add to that. I will do my very best. Eventually, at the end of the stream, we will have a semblance of a character that is made possibly by all you guys. So that's nice. The idea of it, at least. So if there's anything, let me know. A macho-looking face. All right. He definitely needs a face. Let's start with a cube for his face. A tiny tie that ends above his chest line, or comically oversized tie draped all the way down. Oh, yeah. Those are very good options. I'll see. We'll see what I can do. Let's first go for the head. A nice macho-looking one. Just kind of go with this. Strong. Yeah. And let's turn the Dynamatch. The English Royal Guard with a big nose, as long as his mouth, as long as the depth of his chin. Ooh, that's a very long nose. And the guard cap. Okay. Let's see if we can do something about that. He was going to be butler already, so let's see if we can give him a hat of some sort, a nice tall one, maybe a nice tuft of hair, a very large one. So let's see if we can what we can do for his head real quick. And how do heads work again? How do they work again? Why did I start off with a cube? Yeah, it's a solid shape for a macho one, but I just make it a little bit more familiar for myself. Yeah, cube. Let's go for that. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know how faces work when they're cubed. I don't know. Let's go create some planes of the face. Very rudimentary. Go over there real quick. Kind of like that. And let's see if we can give him some sockets for his eyes. Let's immediately make him a bit grumpy. There's a lot of eyebrow. Just covering his face, right? That's kind of what he needs. And a big nose, I heard. I think because he's very macho, I think I'm not going to give him a very long one, but I am going to give him a wider one. It's a big old trunker. Something like that. And then his mouth should be somewhere over here. So very high. Hey. Very high over there. Okay. This is a hell of a shape to make a head out of. Why did I do this? I will get there though. I will get there. No worries. By just deleting this first. Let's start off with a circle. Like a sane person would. And I'll just do this and do that. Trying to do too much in too little time. But I can do this, no worries. I've made faces before. And over there. And let's do this one. And just cut this over there. There. Yes. Okay. Now we can start making a face. And I kind of want to give him more forehead than anything else. So let's put those eyes a bit lower. Okay. And the nose should be a nice chonker, right? Very masculine nose. A dwarven nose, maybe. And he can't really be a dwarf because of his very thin, long legs that he has, but you know, something similar. The area for his mouth. Okay, and let's see what we can do with this face over here. very small chin for someone. Yep, alright. Scared myself. No reason. Yeah, it's a very small chin for someone who should be very macho, right? So let's fix that real quick. Yeah, we have to redo them out. There's no worries, no worries. That. Yep. What if he has even more chin? And then his bottom lip would basically be... Oh man. Let me just dynamite. Go away. Dynamash that. What am I doing? I've got ideas, but no clue how to make them. Because I'm not thinking, I'm only doing. Yeah, there you go. And it's a bit round, and it makes him a bit more friendly than maybe we want. So let's sharpen him up a bit. The rest of his body is quite sharp as well, right? So can do that, and now we have a nice curve going from his top of the chin to his head. That could be a little bit lower. Yeah. He wasn't always a butler, this guy. Okay, and let's make his nose a bit like that, and whatever these are called in English. There's vleugels. Dutch word of the day. Let's give those over here. There. Just put those in there. And there. Nostrils. Yeah. Are the outside of it still also the nostril, or is only the inside the nostril? That I don't know. Otherwise, nostrils, yeah. The outside nostril. We could give him a very nice, you know, one of these, right? The mutton chops, or the mutton chops that let's go over here as well. Yeah. Oh yeah, I like this. Like the General Mustard kind of vibe. Okay, cool. We got a thing going. Yep, just going to very quickly put that one in over there, kind of like that. Okay. And make him a bit more stern. And maybe his head should be a bit less wide, so let's give him a bit of a triangle over there. Oh, I'm kind of liking where you guys are pushing this guy. Okay, so second one, the tie. Very important. Either a very tiny one, or just a very long one. Not sure. To be honest, I kind of like the idea. But this guy isn't a silly guy. Just look at him. No nonsense in him whatsoever. But what about he has those his jacket, right? Let's just do this with the sphere. It's this is the bottom of his jacket. Right. Now, observe. Watch me. And yeah, he's going to do that. Let's turn off his hands. He's gonna get himself locked in the freezer. Maybe, yeah. Maybe he could. Okay, oh, okay. There we go. There's one half. Instead of a long tie, as this very long tail of his coat. I only just made the one. Because, he needs two, of course, right? And yep. Let's do that over there, and just mirror weld. Nope. Mirror and weld, I said. There we go. Oh, turn off that. And let's just smooth it out. So, you're kind of over there. And I think we can smooth it out a bit more. And this part kind of needs to follow the rest of his body. So we can still have that nice little curve. So let's make it almost non-existent. Okay. I kind of like that. Instead of a tie, a very long tail. Yeah, this butler. If he's locked out, if he's locked into the freezer, he's gonna get out. You just need a new freezer. The door will be broken. But he will deliver the treats that are inside of it. This is something that I can futz around with for way too long. Let's keep it for now. I kind of know what we want over there, and let's do something about his hair. Let's save as well. Let's do that first. I kind of like him bald, to be honest, but let's try. Let's just add in a sphere. What am I making? Needs to be high for some reason. Let's kind of do it like this. Nope. Too much. Nope. Back. there. Thank you. And I'm not really sure about the high hair. It's gonna make him look like a villain. so very much. How is he called again from Tekken? Itachi? The old angry grandpa with the Wolverine hair. I might come back to that later. I might. Just right now, it's not really going as well as I wanted to. Oh, damn. Let me just undo that. I changed his face afterwards. That's not handy. Yeah, let's do that mustache though. Well, thank you for being here. And I'll post the Hayachi. Yes, that's the one. I'll post the eventual result on our Discord channel. So I will show it to you nonetheless. Thank you for being here. Hayachi, that's the guy I thought about. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep him bald for now. Except for his magnificent mustache. He needs some ears as well. Oh, and some symmetry. That would help as well. This is a mustache. There we go. And I think he needs some big brows as well, right? So let's use a cylinder for that. To cast even more shadow into his eyes. It's non-existent eyes, really. Should I make them? I don't know if it's necessary. Let's maybe let's kind of do that. This direction. He needs some ears, right? Or at least something that resembles an ear. Everything is a little bit whatchamacallit? I don't know. I forgot what I was saying halfway through the sentence. There. Besides sculpting, do you try your hand at more of the character creator pipeline? Texturing, rigging, material setup, animating, rendering? No, not really. And that's mainly because just sculpting in general, just character creating in general, is something that I've always done in my spare time. I worked in the game industry before, and there was an environment of prop artist. And even though I wanted to make characters, that was a job that I had, and it was still very fun to do. So because I did want to get better at sculpting, and I didn't want to make also props at home, right? I just started making. This isn't symmetrical, isn't it? Yeah, oh well, I think it is. I started to do that. So there is the entire line that I kind of know from props, and the idea is the same. But just for characters in general, it's a little bit more just complex, just because of the shapes are a bit more complex. But yeah, if you know how to make a prop into 3D, you can make a character in 3D. Just the retopologizing, rigging, and everything like that. It's more involved. Also, the rigging never really was my thing. It's always very difficult. I had to do a lot of efforts for something mediocre. Never really liked it. So, in every project, there was always someone who enjoyed doing it. So, there you go. I make the thing. You rig it. We both have some fun with that. And yeah, I never really had a project where I needed to do something complicated for a rig, so that's pretty nice as well. But as a result, that I'm just not good at it. But these days, luckily, the rigging part of it, it has a better flow to it than it had 10 years ago when it started. It's over 10 years ago now. Rigging is definitely a more technical than the artist you're sculpting. Yeah, it is. The technical artists that we had in our team were definitely a different kind of artist than the creative side of artists, but it's not it feels wrong to call riggers not creative, because they are. But yeah, you kind of know what I think you guys know what I'm getting at, right? I love to see some texture on your character sometimes. The forms are striking, even with some of them. Yeah, that's kind of what I always try to aim for initially. That the form, it should be good, and if the form isn't good, and I start the texture on it, then you immediately know that this sculpt or this piece is lacking something, right? Shape, mostly. And so that's kind of what I try to do, mostly, just to go for that shape. And I kind of started out making a lot of small projects on a daily basis, some daily sculpting. I think that was somewhere in 2018 when I did that. And because every day was making new sculpts, I didn't really have a lot of time to go into detail. And the times that I did have that, the lighting setup that I created for myself really heavily benefited the solid colors, the simpler ones, also simpler shapes, just shapes in general, and that made it. Every time I tried to add more detail to the sculpt, it you didn't really see it because of the lighting, because it's very ambient. So yeah, that kind of just steered me towards making more stylized characters than detailed ones. Though I do really like texturing. It's something that I still quite miss from a previous job, from in the game industry. And I kind of want to do that again, but I also have a bit of trouble with attention. Eventually you're done with a project and want something new. Just again and again and again. You're a tech artist and fletching character sculptor. Great. Rigging is definitely more your thing. You struggle with form and keep control of it. Yeah, that is a bit difficult in the beginning, but you'll get there. Blobby and poorly defined. Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar to how I started as well. I saw that your character's main forms were set very fast and immediately brought the character even as simply formed spheres. Oh, thank you very much. Well, the best way to practice it is simply just by just doing it. Which is the stupidest thing that stupidest not request, how do you call it? Advice that you can get. Just do it, right? Just do it. But where though? Just don't think about it. Just start sculpting every day again. And even though you have like a time frame, like an hour or 2 or 3 in my case, I got 6 a week that I can sculpt. But yeah, every time you set to sculpt, make something new. Because that way you can learn a lot faster. I've noticed for myself, because if I immediately go for a large project, it might take a very long time. I might learn a lot, but I also immediately drop again in knowledge and dexterity, handiness. And if you do something small every day, again and again and again, then it's much easier to stick. So for me, I just make busts, just the head of it, and you kind of get to learn to software a lot better. I'm using ZBrush in my case. If you use that, it's great. If you don't have a ZBrush license, you probably use Blender, right? Which is also good. But you get to know the software a lot better that way, and that really helps in the beginning. You know how the everything reacts to each other. And can I do that for his head? Yeah, no. There, yeah, straight. And yeah, just get familiar with the tools of sculpting. And the beginning was also very challenging, because I tried to make my own works, which is great if you can do that. But because I was doing every day, same. Eventually, I noticed that my characters became the same kind of character. It was only like 3 or 4 characters that I made, but different. And only noticed that later on. And that took a lot of time trying to make something unique, designing that part of as well, right? But that's also a nice part where you can kind of recognize that I don't have to think about the sculpts anymore. I'm thinking about the design of the sculpts, which is pretty fun. And yeah, you just kind of have to see this as an extra step. I kind of mitigated that by using other people's concept art. Just go online like, this kind of looks fun. Let's try that. Let's see if I can make that. Sometimes other people made suggestions from work, which is also very nice to hear. Like, oh, I want to see you make that. I'm like, all right, let's try that. And sometimes it worked, and other times it absolutely just doesn't. So it's you need to boot ZBrush up again. You've got a nice big holiday coming up. Setting myself up for some practice goals. 2-hour sculpts a week. Nice. Something happening over there because these two parts aren't connected. But let's fix that later. I kind of want to have a straight line, I think. Do I? Just don't be distraught when it doesn't really go the way you want, because sometimes you just got one of those days, right? It just really doesn't really go anymore. And you just kind of have to accept that one day your sculpt will be just amazing, or at least for you, right? Which is also very good. And other days, maybe the day next afterwards, right? It might just be a bit shit. That's just gonna happen. When did he get a tail? I think about half an hour ago, something like that. It's gonna be the tail of his jacket. We got a suggestion of, oh man, I forgot your name. Sorry about that. Let's call back. Serious Donuts. There's the guy. Oh, you? That's you. Sorry. About either a very short tie or a very long one. It's overly sized. And I was kind of thinking about it, and I didn't really see it, right? But I tried to give him a very long a jacket tail, or how do you call it? One of those this jacket with the tail at the end. And let's make that really very long. So yeah. So we kind of got a very long, not a tie, but a tail. But let's work on that jacket. Let's work on that jacket. His feet also need some work eventually, but it's only 9:40 pretty much over here. How am I gonna do the jackets? I think I will duplicate this and I will Dynamesh that. Just gonna remove this real quick. Just hide it. Okay, and now that jacket part. Let's see if we can paint that in. It's going to be kind of like that, right? Or kind of over here, and kind of there and there, and then it goes to the back. Immediately over here. Perfect. yeah, kind of want these ones to be over there, and that's gonna be just part of the jacket as well. And that, and that, and that. Okay, that's a decent part of jacket. Let's see if we can shorten this part as well. Just make that even tighter of a shape. I don't really like the sharp shapes. The sharp shapes, yeah. that I made over here. There's something off about them, and it's kind of what you get when you're not really paying attention to what you're doing. Just gonna blame you guys for it, just for my own faults. Not because it's true, but because it's easy. So just so you know. And can get that over there, and eventually this part will kind of flow into there. So we got that, and that's do that, and let's do that so it's nice and crisp. And let's make a poly group out of that. And I will go to remeasure, keep groups turned on, and let's put it a bit lower and see where we end up, and remesh. You're doing fine, you're doing fine. I like having you guys around. So yeah, this is gonna be his jacket. So delete this. Turn on his body again. And let's see if we can extrude this. Yes, there. Extrude all. Yes. There's something off about this, isn't it? Let me just look up some reference. Always good, right? Butler clothing. There we go. Aha! Aha! It's gloves. Good to know. Oh, I kind of like this. Yes. Just gonna put this over here. That is a lot of. Those are a lot of things that I need to change. I do kind of like that that it didn't make it straight. That the jacket is really formed around him. Like it's just too small for him, right? But like I said, I don't really like the sharp edge that I made over there. That midriff. This should be a little bit different, I feel. So let's see if we can do that. That jacket we'll just delete that. Have to make that again. I am going to duplicate that body because I kind of like it, and just have something to fall back on. I do want to just do that Dynamesh part. And I don't really like working with Dynamesh, it's way too dense for me. So I am going to remesh that again. Symmetry is turned on. There. Subdivide that once. Now we can work with this. So I'm kind of stuck right now with the shape of his entire body. But did I just Dynamesh that again? No, I undynameshed it by undoing. Okay, let's just remesh it. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Let's do that. And usually when I'm stuck, I will and his ears as well. I need to group all of that. I tend to focus on anatomy a little bit, not too much, but let me just smooth it out a bit. I know that this is his midriff. That I do know. And this is mainly just because I'm stuck and I need some shapes and I don't know where they're coming from. So let's see what we can do. By just give him some muscles and then delete most of it. So we got those deltoids over here. We got his pectoralis going underneath there. There is a little bit of a gap between those. As these go from there to there to there to there to there. But these go underneath there, so they're crossing. Which is weird. But it's what they do. This neck of his should be kind of going from here. And nice and wide. And this kind of goes over there, and these shapes kind of need to blend together, because yeah, these kind of go from the neck. But let's just remove this neck. Just delete it. Away with you. There. And just create a new one. Just pull this up. Just not used to doing that. So we got the... Oh man, I forgot the muscle names. Is just trapezoid? Yeah, these are traps, right? There we go. It's a bit of an odd-shaped muscle. And that kind of goes over there. Okay. Don't really need to do more for the back. Jackets will cover it. But I'm just curious how his torso should look. Then we got the Spider-Man muscles over here, which we are not going to see. And then we got those lats over here, his lateralis. And it kind of have those these ones to a point, and then we got these ones. Let's turn off that tail real quick. Go over there, and that kind of over there. And this is just a kite-shaped tendon for his lats that go over here, all the way on the inside of his armpits, and it kind of goes over there. And there's a whatchamacallit over here as well for the shoulder blades. I don't need to do the back. Still did it. Still did it. I know. And then we got his shoulders as well. It's a bit of an angle. There, that's a bit better. Let's give him some volume over here as well. Needs to go around this muscle. Yep. And this one needs to have a bit more. It's gonna be very muscular, this guy. He will protect all the treats. I think he will be one of those butlers who is very stern, doesn't really say a lot, but almost like a guard hound, just protects this tiny little girl that is running around the place. Any tips for getting jobs in the industry, Red? No, I absolutely do not have any tips. And it's mostly because I got out. I used to be in the industry before. I worked in the game industry. And eventually just had enough of it. And had to do a lot of work actually to get out of it again. Wasn't as easy as I was hoping for. And kind of what I've noticed so far from just messages from the internet, right? From the ether. That a lot of people are getting sacked in the last couple of years, right? So it's just going to be difficult, unfortunately. There's so many people who are going for the position that you want. You just have to be really, really good. And expect to be there for a project. And don't expect more. Which is less cheerful than I hoped I would say. But that, unfortunately, that's just my experience. It's just my one experience, couple of years of experience that I have. But just the one, how do you go, the look that I had. So I cannot help you with that, unfortunately. I just do this for shits and giggles, really. Because currently I make I design lamps. That's what I do. You're making them out of cardboard. And I still kind of like the job that I had, but the entire work environment that didn't really work with me. That just is just for other people, not for me. And so the character art that I'm kind of doing right now, it's always been a hobby. I've always been an environment artist, a prop artist. And I just keep keeping this as a hobby, just because it's fun. It's especially when you're together with Mike and when you're with all of you. It's just fun to do. It's I'm not gonna do anything with it except for this, and that's enough for me. So. They expect a 2-year experience in the game industry with already a shipped game. Yeah, for a junior role. Exactly. It's ridiculous. But that's also, to be fair, not just the game industry. That is the entire just work industry. They want to have the moon and stars for very little money. this. That's going to be over there. And that's going to be his bony landmark for his hip. And even though he doesn't really have just anatomy in general, it's mostly shape, right? Most of what I've made over here is just going to go away, but now I have a little bit more of an idea of where everything is. If you want to know more about anatomy, ask Mike. He's the one who, of the two, who does that more. And a lot better. You're struggling to get a response for every application. Yeah, that's... Oh man. Talk about it. It's so bad. Serious Donut, you have to go. Ah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the tips as well. For all the recommendations for our beautiful butler. And I'll make sure you get a response. If you also want to be in the Discord channel, there are a lot of people who can maybe help you with questions that you have, either me or Mike or anybody else. So there's the link tree over there, and yeah, you can find a link to our Discord over there. So maybe we see you there. If not, good luck with everything. Apparently, recruiters use AI to just autofill the CVs that don't. Yeah, that isn't a new thing, to be perfectly honest. AI is it's a large word for that. Oh, good. It's nice to have you. See you there at least. But yeah, that's immediately happens, especially for art. They just scroll through your portfolio. If they have to click, then it takes too long, and maybe 2 seconds per piece that they're looking at it. So that's yeah, almost unfair amount. You just have to immediately have to grab their attention in that 1 or 2 seconds that they have, and yeah, if you don't, you're just gonna get sacked. Oh, let's get sacked. Not even get hired. The invite is invalid. Oh, you know what? Just a sec. I'm gonna give you a link in the Discord channel. Just 1 second. It should be in the description, but because it was a little bit hectic today, I haven't posted it there. Discord, there we go. Okay, there's also now one here in the chat. Yeah, the stupid thing is that one of the stories that I had was that the last studio, the game studio that I worked for, they had to reorganize. Hey, you have a good night as well. Thank you for being here again. But yeah, they had to reorganize, and like a third of the entire studio was put on the street, me included. Which initially I didn't really mind, because I was just so overworked. I didn't really notice. I was just happy that I didn't have to work anymore. Unfortunately, I laugh about it now, but yeah, they fired us under the pretenses that there's a rule in the Netherlands. Reorganize, yes, exactly. It's certainly a word for it. But they fired us with the notion that if they are going to recruit new people within 6 months, then they have to use the people that they fired, starting with the one who was there the longest, and then the second longest, etc., etc., etc. And eventually, I heard from an old colleague of mine that they approached her. She didn't really want it. She already had eyes set on another studio, which was great. I wasn't as lucky. But since we were fired under those rules, and I was the one that was the longest there, so they needed to approach me. They didn't. Like, alright, never mind. Mistakes can happen. So I just applied for that job and immediately got sent to the pile. Like, I know, thank you, but we're gonna do it later. Your CV doesn't fit with the vision that we have. Like, my CV is your work, right? They're your projects. What happened to it? And yeah, it was quite an uncomfortable amount back and forth, and it was very clear that they didn't want me. So why, continue buggering them about it? But yeah, even though that I worked there for 3 years in that studio, your CV isn't good enough. So yeah, that those things are just gonna happen. They're kind of like horror stories. You're kind of into an industry. And I'm here just telling you horror stories. We're very sorry. Yeah, it's a harsh place. I'm glad I'm not in there anymore. It's very competitive, and I just like to just have fun, make weird butlers out of nothing. I also had some good times there, though. Don't get me wrong. There were some fun days in there as well. Just the last couple of ones are just very sour and bitter, but mainly just because I was just overworked. I was working through a burnout, so that didn't really help either with my. Just looking back, you'll always remember the bad parts of it, right? And those were the last couple of years. They were just bad. The first couple of years were just great. I was working with Larian Studios. They made Baldur's Gate afterwards. I worked on the game before that. And that was just the best time of my life. Just you just got an assignment like, hey, man, we need to have a minecart. And kind of needs to look something like this. And you get some concept art of it. And you just make the minecart, and it didn't really matter how long you were working on it. It needed to be a reasonable amount of time. But so if you got the assignment to make pots and pans, right? Don't spend 2 weeks making pots and pans. Just make a couple of pots and pans. Continue to the next one. It's like a day, maybe 2, right? So it was very fair in that case. It was very fun as well, and made a lot of fun items and props and environment part items, texturing. It's it's a fun time. Really liked it. Do you have a Patreon? No, I do not. yeah, Larian was very dope. Highly recommend. Highly recommend trying there. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people are looking for positions like that, or just in the game industry in general, right? So try to be either stand out or make something that's just very, very good. Some of the it really helps if you want to apply for a studio, that some of the pieces in your portfolio look like the thing that they are currently making. If you make something, if I'm gonna, you know, use this guy for instance, and I'm going to apply at Grinding Gear Games for to work on Path of Exile. You're not going to see this guy in Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a lot grimmer and darker than just this guy just is, right? So they will scroll past this. This is useless for them. So kind of look at the studio that you want to apply for and see what you can do to yeah, to make something that's very close to that. The problem is that if you're applying to several studios, you can't have to do that for all of them. So it's going to be tricky. A lot of time and effort need to be put on that. It's good exercise though. But to come back to Sebax, right? If that's how you pronounce it. No, we do not have a studio, a Patreon at the moment. So far we're just figuring everything out. Just usually besides me is also Mike. He's a bit poorly today, so he'll be back on Thursday. Thursday? Tuesday. And no, we just started this out for shits and giggles. Initially, we wanted to make some videos of it, but it never really came. We did the project, but we kind of need to make the video out of it as well, and that never really went anywhere. So we just started streaming, so that we at least have something to put on the internet for people to hopefully enjoy and maybe learn something from as well. So yeah, that's currently where we are. We wouldn't mind putting up a Patreon, but we just have to look at a lot of things because we both have a full-time job. And doing the Patreon part of it on top of that as well, besides the streaming. We just have to figure out the whatchamacallit of that. The logistics, let's call it. So no, right now we don't really have something. We wouldn't really mind putting something up, but yeah, there's still a lot of question marks on how to do it and what we would provide for everyone, or is it just a tip jar, right? Easiest way. But yeah, people that don't really get anything. We had a lot of ideas, but not really the time or energy to continue on those. So eventually, maybe, yes. But at this moment, not yet. But just, you know, like and subscribe and all those kind of things. And maybe in the future. Just the liking and subscribing part, it already helps out a lot. Which is a small channel. If you can grow, then that's a very nice part of it. There's something about those shoulders. I think because that the torso, yeah, the torso is in this direction. Let me just make a line in that direction. very, very far back. But his shoulder is going straight. So it's basically as if his shoulder is going, yeah. If it's going down, if it's doing that, it should be over there. That's the problem that I have. Ah, should have noticed that before, but I didn't. This is a power pose. If we did have a Patreon, what would you like to see on the Patreon? Which is a nice thing to know as well, right? When you're making something. What would you like to see on a Patreon? You know, just for future me and Mike. To have a reference. Okay. Oop. I don't have anything to drink. I'll be right back. Be right back. Just gonna grab myself a drink. Couple of seconds. There we are. Oh man, I only got 45 minutes left. Oh no, still a lot to do. Still a lot to do. So much to do. Okay, let me see if we can emphasize these muscles a little bit, more. And these ones as well. This isn't really going the way they should. You want to see some tips on there, some render settings, etc. Maybe some files as well, like hey, these are the files that we use for rendering. What's the V/E? When you say it like, oh yeah, of course. Right now it can't really come up what that actually is again. Oh no, these muscles are wrong. Yeah, you should be going over there, more on the inside. And this should be going over there. Okay, I need to hurry now a little bit. At least want to make it look like he is a butler, right? To have a butler pose as well instead of just standing like a statue. Hey, that's a nice sound. Thank you for subscribing. I didn't really see the message popping up, but maybe that's because of my OBS. But thank you very much. I don't see your name, but thank you very much for being here. Let's see. We kind of got that. That's all right. It's he needs to have a nice pose, right? So I think one arm to the front. It's just black on black. You guys only see a floating hand. But one to the front and the other one to the back. A hand at the front and a hand at the back, maybe like that. Let's see if we can do that. I don't really want to change it too much though. So let's just see where we end up. It's mainly because of the time that I still have. Usually I stop in about 45 minutes. We can go a little bit longer today though, so that's pretty fun. I think maybe this arm maybe straight against his body. That would be all right, I think. Nope. I like that then. There you go. Stand up real quick, just to mime the pose for myself. It's going to be a tricky one to have that hand on his leg, just because of his muscles. All the muscles. But you got the Larian job. Did you apply through the site or slide in the DMs of recruiters or workers there? Kind of like the last part. I was very lucky. An old classmate of mine worked there, and she was going away and needed some help moving around. Like, oh yeah, I can help. I got a car. So I traveled to Belgium and got everything in the car, and she still wanted to say goodbye to the people she worked with. And I was there, like, can I come as well? Like, yeah, sure. And they still kind of asked if that was alright with the people there as well, just in case, you know, I was just wandering around as a stranger. Studios don't really like, which is fine. And yeah, I got to. I just immediately went to the art director, Joa Vlemmings. It was back then. I think still is. Maybe he has a different position now, but. And he kind of got talking, and he already recognized because I applied at that place before. Like, oh yeah, you're the guy who made those things. Like, yeah, that's me. And yeah, because we kind of got talking, and there wasn't any space at that moment. Oh man, what did they do over there? What happened? Okay. But there were some projects that I could do, some art tests really, And when those were right, then he applied. I got accepted there. So there was just a lot of luck, really. Yeah, that way. Just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Recruiters didn't really do anything for me. They're more out for themselves than for the people, I always feel. It's at least my experience. I'm just one guy. So take all my experience with a grain of salt, or just a handful, right? Yeah, it's just tricky. It's just very tricky. At least for me, it was. Also find it very difficult to sell myself, you know, to show people like, oh yeah, this is the thing I do. This is because it's just amazing, and I did these things because of this and that, and like, yeah, I don't really. It's very difficult to do that without sounding very sarcastically for me. Because if I say that, I do that purposefully with a lot of sarcasm. And yeah, sometimes you just need to be serious. You had your jobs through friends. So that's very nice as well. Perfect. It's a very difficult thing for me, and yeah, for other people as well. But yeah, confidence is key. It doesn't really matter if you are sure. As long as people think that you are sure, then you're good. One job ended without a job, and a friend never talking to me. Oh no. It's terrible. Auto group all of that. Oh, auto group, I said. Yes, thank you. This one, that one. Mask everything else. Just make that line and rotate that direction. And let's just all call this a hand. It's hand shaped, right? So it counts. And this should be a little bit more. Come right there, and there. Oh, hopefully they get around eventually, but it's a bit weird that they did it, even though, especially if you don't know yourself what's up, right? Okay, now this hand. Let's over here. Put some flex into it. Some yeah, I don't know. Some tension. That's the word that I wanted to know. Let's use there. Just bend it a bit more. And also rotate it around that axle a bit. Yeah, I can imagine that it is. But yeah, relationships are always complicated, aren't they? He does look very Porsche, is kind of what I was going for. Let's see if we can do something about that the jacket of his. Let's do the same thing again. Let's duplicate this. Yes. Let's make one group out of that. Just gonna do the all the way around this time. Let's go over here. Oh. Okay, let's see if we can do all of this in about half an hour. It's gonna be tricky. And I kind of wanted to have that almost like a tiny one. It's kind of like that. Mm-hmm. And that should eventually blend into each other. That is a little bit better. Just close that off. Let's just not look at the back for too much, right? What's that? Just a little artifact. That one. Mm-hmm. Give him a little sleeve. And for this as well. Okay. Give that a poly group. Apologies. And that is, it's a bit of a mess because I posed it. Oh well. Let's do that a bit higher. Maybe it's better. Not too much. Well, this will have to do for now, unfortunately. Yeah, this one. We are going to extrude that again, like that. And he needs to have this collar, right? Needs to be over here. So let us quickly make that with a... How am I gonna make that? Let's use a cylinder. Go over there. Just flatten that. And let's pick half of that. Flatten on this side. Yeah, I can use this as a shape. And now we have to put that on top of here with some persuasion. Luckily, we have a move tool. It's very good at that. Let me just remesh that first. Into something that's a bit more usable for our use case. Are there better way of doing this? Yes, probably. Most likely. Definitely. But at this moment I don't have time to think, only to do. Let's just not look at the back. And this kind of goes over here. Okay, that kind of goes over there. And I want this to be a lot thinner. Just push and pull. Oh, down, oh, down, boy. Oh, let's undo that. Okay. There. AQ curve, that kind of helps. And you got that one, and you got that one. There. See if we can smooth that out a bit. Okay. This will have to do. Oh my god. Oh dear. This will have to do for now. It's not exactly how I want it. It's a bit sloppy, but oh yeah, that one is different. Ah, but luckily this part, the left side needs to be different as well. So auto group and just push this one over here and over there, and then this side goes over here, and that side goes kind of inside of that, underneath there. That one and this over here. Look at that. Okay, we got these two, right? Let's just topology is very much pushed and pulled. Just remesh this real quick. Let's see where we end up. That's a bit better. Topological AQ curve, yes. Use dynamic subdiv. It's not really a subdivision, just makes it look like it is. And sometimes that's a bit easier than adding subdivisions too. Okay. And now he has a little bit of a triangle on this side. And how are we going to do that? I am going to use another cylinder for that. And I'm going to do something tricky with it. Well, it's not too tricky, but cut this. And I am going to cut the front part out of that. Yes. Delete all of that. Let's make it smaller. And mirror welds, so it's symmetrical. A little bit easier to work with. Okay, starts from over here. This from over there. 30 minutes left, yeah, about that. Maybe even 20, but I'm just gonna keep working. Not too much later, but just gonna continue working on this for a little bit longer, I think. I'm quite enjoying this project so far. Couldn't have done it without the help of all of you guys, so I won't be able to finish this one today at all. But at least we have something to look at, right? Let's see how far we can get in half an hour, and then let's see what we still need to do. Now we're gonna turn symmetry off. Ooh, nope. Just gonna mask out this part. There we go. This part needs to go over there. Something is better than nothing, exactly. Also sculpting wise as well, it's better to have made something, and so you at least have sculpted, even though it isn't great. Doesn't matter, you have sculpted today. And in my experience, it's very weird, but the on the days where I don't have the energy for it, or just too tired, or things like that, those are usually the days that are either the most fun while sculpting, or it just succeeds better than you initially think that it would do. It's always very interesting. I'm just instead of doing that, this goes underneath there. It's a bit of an odd shape right now. Let's make that follow that. Yeah, okay, we can clean that up, I think. Over here, there, extrude that, dynamic subdiv. No, let's do that different way. I got that. Instead of polygroup all, I just do all polygons. I was hoping I would keep my polygroups. Oh well. Oh well. Oop. And let's see if we can make these two touch. Okay. I don't really like this shape. It needs to be closer to his body. It needs to be shorter. Sculpting whenever possible is always good, especially for keeping the muscle memory and eye of detail. Yes, exactly. And you need to have fun as well, right? Always important. Also important. At least for me. It is a bit of a mess, isn't it? Yep, there we go. yeah, you were taking 4 to 5 day breaks when realizing everything had has gone to pot. So when you spend 2 to 3 days just to get to the same level, it's kind of weird how that works, right? But it's also kind of similar to studying for school, like your math assignment or English or whatever. That if you do a little bit every day, it tends to stick a lot better than trying to do everything at once, as most people do. And it's the same with art as well. Just do every day a little bit is a lot more better. It's a lot better than trying to do a very big project in one go. I don't really like this shape over there. Can I remesh this? Solve my problems, remesher. I did a little bit, not perfectly though, but it will do. I will duplicate this one and move that down, shrink it a bit. You're sculpting now almost every day, and I feel like magically gone up like 2 times. Yeah, it goes really fast when you do that, right? And you are unintentionally self-limiting yourself. It happens sometimes. It's yeah, but it's something that it's also very good that you notice yourself, right? It's always easy to for someone on the outside to say like, oh, you're doing this and this. Of course you're doing this. It's logical, right? Why are you doing it this way? Right? You could do it any other way, but yeah, it's always better if you notice those things yourself. Let's add some Tauruses in there for his shirt that's underneath there. Yep. I was talking about that with Serious Donut as well. Who was in chat, and he also wanted to improve while sculpting, and like the main thing I can just recommend is just sculpt, just every day at least for an hour, and just go for it, but make tiny steps. Every day is another project, a small project like a hand or face or something else, and kind of see where you end up. But for me, it was when I started to do that a couple of years ago now. It was very clear for me that I was actually making progress. Just the thing you want to see, right? Also because I kept track of everything, at least a screenshot or a very quick render of the things that I was making. And try to keep that as similar as possible, so that not every day had another kind of a render yeah, another lighting setup, right? So kept it almost the same. It changed over time, but always only small changes, and that way you can also see the progress that you've made a lot easier. And I enjoyed that. Yeah, it's just quite difficult for me to do the same thing. So I have to do it only 2 times a week. Yeah. It really does keep yourself on your toes, you're right. Okay, put that one over there. I feel like I putting too much effort into this, but I think it will look all right in the end. Huh? I haven't done anything for his legs. Let's see. What is it that I still want to do as well? Let's give him a bit of a cloth thingy. We got about 15 minutes left. Let's do that with another cylinder. Yeah. How am I gonna create a shape class-wise out of this? I will say like that. And just gonna pick this, these ones, yes, and do that. There we go. And subdivide it dynamically, but we go dynamic subdiv and thickness. And just slide that thickness slider, and it's still just a single piece over here, but when you dynamically subdivide it, just add the thickness to it, which is very convenient, so you don't have to move around 2 sides. It's a bit broad, isn't it? So let's shrink that down, extend it a bit. It's also very stiff, but that is something I think Future Brom will have to figure that out if he has the time. Okay, my reference also still has a tie, so I'm just gonna put one in there anyway. Let's do that with the cube. Let's make it a bit thinner, and let's push that in a bit, smooth that. For me, it's also always a nice challenge to figure out how to make a certain shape out of another shape. Let's push that back. Wasn't really needed, that part, it seems, but it's there now. And let's rotate that around. Okay, and I also see still the collar of his shirt, so maybe that will poke out as well. Let's use another cube for that. There's a lot of work going in his upper torso and really nothing into his legs. But oh. I also kind of wanted to put more effort into his face as well, but you know, I kind of want to finish this this guy eventually. Let's just push that in there. Yeah, it'll be fine. No one saw. No one saw. Do that. Mirror weld. Yes. Okay. Push that back in. Could I interest you in a hot towel, my lord? Why, yes, of course. A hot, damp towel? Mm-hmm. Let's see if we can do something about these pants as well. Aha! I think I've made a mistake design-wise. In the one piece of reference that I have, right? His jacket and the little vest underneath, right? This part. They go over where the pants is. So either his pants should either stop here and there's nothing, or something like a shirt, right? Over here. Or his pants go all the way up. I think shirts and pants stop over here. I think let's do that. Let's do that. How am I gonna do that? Let's duplicate that. Just all the way down. All the way down. What a mess. What a mess of subtools that I have. I do not like it. Not a fan. And merge those down. Yes. Thank you. And just gonna Dynamesh. Okay. Better. And just gonna do this and pants right to there. No, a little bit lower. Yeah, sure. Make that a group. And do this as well. Let's go above that weird line like that. And we are going to remesh this. Keep groups on. Should have done it before, right? Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's fix this first before we do anything else. Kind of thicken it up. Dynamesh. Maybe that's a bit too much. Nope. Okay. And push that in that direction. Yeah, that'll be fine. It's good enough. Okay. And do this again. Now we are again going to remesh it and drink. That arm appeared, but we don't need that arm. I do need his feet though, so I forgot about his feet. So let's do that. Delete hidden. That split hidden. Now we got his pants. Let's just just damage it again. Nah, let's just start to thicken it. There, extrude. I can't extrude it with subdivisions. There. Or should I go inside? I go inside. Kind of like that. It was inside out, but we go all the way down to display properties and then flip. Cool. Now he has some pants. Hooray! For some reason, this part of his body is uneven. So let's fix that. And it's pretty much time now. Oh no! No! I was enjoying this one. Let's just keep continuing for a little bit longer. It's a bit of a mess as well, right? Move AccuCurve. It's a little bit more character by giving it a couple of corners in there, ever so slightly. Okay. His feet can change into shoes, hopefully. Let's just animate that real quick. How are we going to do that? Just by making them very black. This can be a bit more gray. Maybe a bit more on the blue side, right? Oh no, darker blue. Darker blue. Very dark. Yeah. Or just gray. Let's go for gray. I like gray. And then his tie can be as black as his shoes. That one can be as black as that. His shirt can be nice and white. That's part of his jacket, so that's gray. And that over there. This can be a bit lighter, like that part. His tie can be as white as his shirt. That's gonna be a lighter gray. Okay. And his eyebrows as well. It's gonna be that color. And then his face. I was looking for the word. How do you call the thing again? Yeah, the thing atop your head. Yeah, let's just call that face. Let's do that. And oh no. And let's give him a little bit more color and maybe a little more character as well. Some wrinkles over here. Some wrinkles over there. just very slightly. And just clean up this a bit more. Oh, other side as well. Yep. Oh no. I didn't give him the collar. It was such a nice collar. There you go. Here, you're back again. There. Okay. And his hands as well. Perfect. Oh, this is also white because of that. And his legs are floating. Perfect. But we kind of want to give him a little bit more color on his face. He's a bit pale, so let's pick a nice pink, nice soft brush. Let's go over his nose and maybe his chin as well. So here and there, across his face. Take a lighter one again. Let's go over here. His ears. Also need a little bit of red. Just that little bit of extra color in there usually makes it pop a bit. He does have some stern eyebrows, and I kind of want to add a couple of lines in there with the damn standard brush. I also kind of want to add a bit of a darker some old man spots over here, over there. Yeah. Just a bit. The idea is there. Let's keep this symmetrical, just for my own sanity. Subdivide it once more, and kind of do this. So, and this kind of goes in that direction, right? So there's a lot happening over here. I think that's too noisy. We can do that better. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and these ones as well. These can be a lot better, the beard as well, but you know, it's all I can do right now. The hands as well. Let's give them also a little bit more of that reddish color. It's a bit too pale for me. Especially the end of the fingers. All right. And this towel as well. Let me just apply that dynamic subdiv and do this. Oh, you know what? Undo. Yeah, I'm quite happy with this as well, to be perfectly honest. I'm glad with all the recommendations that you guys were giving me. Let's just subdivide it a little bit more evenly. Insert, yes. Multiple edge loops. Yes. So they're pretty much triangles. Squares. Which are 2 triangles. But now we got that. We kind of move this around, yes. Subdivide it a couple of times. We're gonna save. There's a trigger alert. Did I have to calculate something as well? Simulation. Yeah, okay. That goes as well as I would think. Okay. Let's do it with a couple of subdivisions less. just the normal amount. Just do this and see where we end up. Just gravity. No, liquefy. No. This is working. Okay. Probably can make it, can use it, but for this as well. But no, not today. Not in the time that I've given myself. So we're just going to do this and apply that, and just use the standard brush to make some indentations in there. Kind of pull that out, and let's do the other side as well. Can do this there. Okay, and just clay polish, just to very quickly polish everything up. I don't really like that this is diagonal. So let's see if we can fix that real quick. Just have the move tool. I said I have the move tool, there we go. I just move this around. Okay, maybe he has some buttons as well, right? Why not? While we're here, give the guy some buttons. Down, and this direction, that direction, yeah. No, they're over there. Just use the one. Just the one in the middle. That would be good enough. Oh, nice! I would love to see what you've been sculpting. So let's can do that. Keep it over there. kind of hide that crime they have going over there. There's tension, what you see, right? There's tension. Yeah. Just give it the same gray color as his beard. And let's go to the ear as well. Just give it a very quick question mark in there. You didn't make a bullet. Ah, that's fine. That's fine. You have to make something you enjoy yourself. And I didn't even think that I would make a butler today, so I quite enjoy where I ended up with this guy. I mean, his feet need some work, don't they? Where do you go? Let's see if we can make this happen a bit more. There. See if you can flatten that out. Nope, got AccuCurve still turned on. That's not convenient. Not for this work. Not when you want to make something round, right? People not gonna see that. That's it's very dark compared to his trousers or just clothes in general. Just so make it a little bit darker, and not as much as it was. And yeah, I think he's almost there. What if, right? What if? Hear me out. Saving, drinking, praying for. I'm gonna grab a cube. It's gonna have that same color. Right over here. Okay, use the move tool just to give it slightly the shape of his torso. Just push and pull that. Very dirty. And then I'm gonna use one of those. One of those. Right. Thin that. And just use the move tool to finagle that into shape. It has a little pocket watch that he has. Just something very, very small. Just make sure that we can see this a little bit better. So let's use that blue color over here. That gray color. Is that the same with gray color? It's a little bit too light. Let's pick that, but ever so slightly lighter. And I think I will use that same color for the collar as well. Is that you want to? No, that's too much. Too light. There. And that color I will use the same as that over there. I think this will be it for today. There are a lot of things that need to be done for this to be fully finished, right? But it's a fun base. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, let's give him a bit more of a color. This is also part of his neck as well. Ooh. What did I do over here? Oh no! Let's just give that some color real quick. Let's just see if we can hide this a bit. I said no one is going to look at the other side, right? That's what we all agreed to, right? To not look at the back. It's a bit odd, but it's here. It's here now. Let us see if we can make a very dirty ZBrush render. And render properties, ambient occlusion, and shadow. Let's turn that down a bit. And down a bit. It's always too harsh, in my opinion. And let's see if we can do something with that. That's quite nice. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. We've made a butler today. Thank you everyone for watching. It was very fun to talk to you guys, and also to get your not recommendations. No, how do you call it? Tips? No. Ideas for this character. And I quite like that we went for a very stern and guarding butler. So yeah, thank you very much. I quite enjoy where we ended up. It was nice chilling. We will be back on Tuesday. Well, we will have another something similar to this, but with some a reference piece as well. So you're just trying to recreate something from 2D to 3D in just about 3 hours. Same like we do with here. And next week Thursday will most likely probably be the very final session of our Pokemon sculpt. So it will be hectic that day. A lot of things still need to be fixed, especially on mine. But yeah, I enjoyed today. Didn't think I would, but I did. There, got an entire army. Well, yet again, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys on